welcome back, everybody. You can see that we have our dogs now, and my sister Hannah is here. This is Arlo. He's very excited right now because he loves Lady. So he will hopefully calm down as the podcast goes on.
Yeah, when they walked in, it was the first time I heard Lady yelp like
excitedly?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Because usually you'll hear a little yelp if you accidentally step on one of her little toes or something, but it was so, I'm very excited to show Zach that because I think that's going to be really funny.
And they were running back and forth around the living room, so it was really funny.
Welcome to This Could Have Been a Text podcast with Abi and Lou.
Anyway, Hannah, how are you?
I'm doing good. Just surviving day to day.
Yeah.
Valid.
You are not in college like us.
Nope.
You work at a middle school, right?
I do.
Yeah. You want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Hannah. Am I allowed to say my age?
Yeah,
sure.
If you want to.
I'm 19. I graduated high school last year, May of 2024. And I work at a middle school. I work with the special ed kids. And I love it. It's probably my favorite part of the day.
She's with us today because there's no school today. So
the teacher work day.
Yes, we are very blessed to have her here today.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to play some fun games today. We're going to talk a little bit about just stuff of us hanging out together. It's going to be real fun. We talked about in our first episode where we met, but you and Hannah had met before I met you, right?
Yes, the OG time.
Oh, yeah.
What a terrible time that was.
Ever.
No! we were in middle school. That's why it sucked.
Yeah, so Laurel is a year younger than me in school, and Hannah's a year younger than Laurel. So kind of spread out.
Well, I'm only 6 months younger than you in age.
Yeah.
But
I'm like a full year younger than her in age.
Almost exactly.
Yeah.
So we're all pretty close in age, but somehow spread across 3 school years.
Yeah. But yeah, tell us about how you guys met.
Oh, I don't know how well I remember it, so you'll have to correct me if I get stuff wrong. But I remember it was very surreal because when we actually met, it was in our youth group.
Yeah.
But we had met once before at this leadership, middle school thing where they try to get people who are high achievers to get connected with the school. And we had actually met there.
It was training day where they were training us or something like that. And it was the first day. And I saw you were sitting alone and I went up to you.
It was my first year out of a charter school. So I was in this middle school of public school and I'm just looking around I do not belong here. And Hannah came up to me and she started talking to me and we kind of clicked there. And then I hadn't seen her really since then.
I didn't
and
see
then
you at all around school.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden she was in my youth group. So it was kind of weird. I was just wait, I know you.
Yeah.
For a second.
Was the leadership thing you guys were in, was it something to do with the houses?
Yeah.
I think so.
So our middle school did a weird thing. They tried to make it cool by adding houses like Harry Potter.
I got a free t-shirt.
But it wasn't Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, or whatever. It was my club was called Spenstig, which means growing. Do you guys remember what yours was?
Nope.
All I know is my color was maroon.
Yeah,
Mine
the colors
was
were
light
really
blue.
gross. Mine was lucky. I got lucky and mine was gray.
And I was light blue.
Yeah.
Some
people
maroon.
had
Don't come after maroon.
some people had
Yeah,
a mustard yellow or
Oh, mustard yellow.
Yeah.
That can go really good or really bad, really.
yeah.
I liked my color. I feel like every time I wore that, it would just compliment my cheek. I'm so pale.
Maroon and pale looks
But
good together.
it made me look tan.
But here's the thing, it's hard to do that when it's a middle school, and I don't know. It was just a weird time. We got through it, obviously, and you guys met due to it. So
yeah, it was definitely. I remember thinking how crazy that was. I was just what?
yeah, because we moved. That's why we ended up in the same youth group.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked in the first day, And Hannah was like, oh, I know Laurel. And I was like, oh, I know somebody else. And then I got to know you more.
Well, I
Yeah.
recognized, so I knew because she was in my dance.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Was really my first friend at the junior high, and she outgrew me pretty quick because she was definitely more of one of the popular kids, and I was definitely not that.
She's really sweet, though. She's not one of the, like, popular kids that's, like,
Yeah.
going
No,
around.
it was because she was in dance, very, very talented dancer,
She
and those
was.
people tended to be more popular. And
Yeah.
I don't know how to act around popular people, apparently. At least back then I didn't. But
Yeah.
so.
But yeah, so that's how we all met. And then really we all, like, started hanging out, I guess, my junior year, your sophomore year, your freshman year. We did a play called Peter Wendy.
Oh, Peter Wendy.
You guys were in it, and I was a stage manager in it.
What part did I play?
You were the
The
mom?
mom.
You
Oh,
weren't
right.
in
I
very many
was
scenes.
sad. I was just sad the whole time.
Yeah, you weren't in very many scenes. And it was kind of, it's like a Peter Pan story, but there was like a more existential part of it, I guess.
Oh, yeah. It was during COVID too. So
We all had to wear masks.
It was double casted, and one of the guys that played my husband, I thought he was really cute, and then I don't remember his name. It wasn't though.
Okay, good.
The one that wasn't. But I remember
Oh.
I was gonna ask him out on a date because I was like, he's cute.
I think I remember who you're talking about. I don't remember his name either. Anyway,
But I really never got to know him because I was just kind of like, or I could just not. So I didn't.
yeah, and you played one of the Lost Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I was a stage manager, and I was a stage manager but didn't really know what I was doing. And so I got assigned, it's a student play. There was one overall director, and then there were 3 other directors. And then
It was basically the director of theater, so basically the teacher,
no, but
trying to give some students an opportunity to try to direct, see if it's something that they might like.
Yeah.
Great idea, you know? But
it's hard to have 4 directors in one play.
it came across like he just didn't want to do anything, to be honest.
And then we had 3 stage managers. We had a head stage manager, and then I think there was 3 other stage managers at first, but then one of them left.
I don't even remember.
I don't remember. But yeah, we were each assigned to a director, I guess. And I am an overachiever. And so I took notes on everything. I ended up, the cast had to move the set and everything, which was just basic set pieces on wheels.
It was the Lost Boys who had to move this.
The Lost Boys moved the set.
And oh my goodness,
God, talk
there was so many people who would like not move the sets.
You got
And
a lot
like
of
I would
slackers
be like, guys, we gotta move the set, and they would be like,
Yeah, so
and ignore
basically
me.
what I did was I went around to all the casts and figured out who was moving what set, and I made a list. And the stage managers knew, like, we need to send this person, we need to do this. And I remember I had just bought an iPad. It wasn't a fancy iPad. It was literally $50, and I bought it from my work, which was a fast food place, and they just didn't need it anymore for ordering, so I bought it. And I would hold it on my arm like this and take notes because I had the script on there. And one time I was holding it for like an hour, didn't realize how much my arm was hurting. Then I put it down and I was like, this is so weird.
You're like reverse ice cream scoop muscle, non-dominant hand.
Yeah. And that was the day that I became strong. No, I'm still pretty weak.
That was the day I became the Hulk.
But yeah, it was an interesting experience. Definitely something that, yeah, just another thing I can add and be like, I did this once, you know? But it was really fun working with you guys. And you weren't on stage very often, so we could hang out a lot.
Yeah, no. After my freshman year, that was the biggest role I had. That was the one where I was Gertie in Failure, a Love Story. After that, the director decided she's good. She doesn't need any more stage time. So I would actually be on stage for most of my roles for the rest of my high school career, less than the actual like ensembles would be.
Yeah.
So I was just barely even there, and I was just like, I dedicated so much time.
I honestly, though, was a little jealous because, like, people could pinpoint your character and find your name in the program. For me, it was just like, oh, under ensemble, there's all these names, and my name is somewhere in there.
I can get that. For me, it was more embarrassing. It felt like I was given that maybe because my sister was in theater before me, and, you know, she was very, I love you, Sophie. She was very agreeable. And people loved her because she's an amazing person, but I'm a lot more outspoken than she is. And I feel like that my career in theater kind of ruined it for my little brother too, because I just didn't care enough to do these things that they wanted me to do. But when it came down to the actual acting, I would actually, there's a point that I would drag the director, the teacher. I was like, you need to tell me what to do better because I want to do this. And I wanted to do better. And he would not. I was working on this one monologue and oh my gosh, like I worked so hard on it. And I showed him it and I knew there would be things to work on. And I basically was met with, you're just not getting it.
I remember you working on that.
I remember looking at him and being like, okay, then tell me what I'm not getting.
Yeah. Because it was like a really hard monologue too, right?
I don't even remember.
Oh.
I think he was horrible on giving advice, honestly.
I think he went to the people who were naturally talented and played off of that to make him feel like he was a good director.
Yeah, I asked him, one time I was like, is there like anything that before I graduate high school, one of my goals is to become a lead. Is there anything I can work on to like achieve that goal? And he looked at me straight in the eye and he was like, nope, sorry, you're hopeless. I was like, are you kidding me? You're a teacher. You're a high school teacher.
The sad thing is I can totally see him saying that because he's such a douchebag.
Yeah. And then my mom, after that, she went up to one of the admin and she was like, the director, the only thing he cares about is getting the awards.
Really? Like, I didn't realize it until I went to state. That was a great experience for me when I went to state with the drama department. We actually ended up doing really well. But I remember sitting there and this is so embarrassing and I'm totally going to expose myself right now. And you guys, I can't look at you. Don't judge me. My scene got second place in state. And I remember third place. I think I got third place in state. And I remember I was so distraught because I didn't live up to what was expected of me that I couldn't even celebrate it, you know? And the person who got first place, it was actually scene. And I'm sorry, I hated their scene. I thought it was childish, and I thought our scene, of course I would think this, but I thought our scene had a lot of depth to it, and I care about depth. That's what I care about, but the judges liked the funniness of their scene. But for some reason, I couldn't get past that. I was just like, it felt so elementary to me, and then I kind of realized all of this is kind of elementary. Yeah. You know, it's just high school. Like, it's really cool that I got to go to state. Like, a lot of people, especially the people who did musical theater, none of them even placed, not even in regions. And so I remember afterwards beating myself up, being like, why am I taking this so hard? And it's because I so bad wanted the director to help me. And I knew the only way that the director would help me is if I provided value. And so that was a hard thing to swallow.
Getting
I got all the doggos.
bombarded by dogs.
Okay, look.
Oh, okay.
Hi, buddy.
Yeah, and like, I feel like, like you said, he only worked on the people that showed potential, especially.
Oh, it's not just showing potential; it's having natural talent or talent beforehand that he can pretend he gave them.
The first person I think of.
Oh, yeah, the one who won Actress of the Year.
She's still doing pretty good.
Her skills are phenomenal,
Yeah.
but she's worked her whole life. Like, I believe her parents are directors. Like, she
like
had
that.
this natural talent. I don't know if it's natural, but she worked very hard for her talent. And our director is kind of like playing that off like it was him.
Yeah. Did she get any like really big role? I don't remember her getting any while I was in there.
She got in She got a
Oh,
really
Man of La Mancha.
She got the main role in Man of La Mancha, and she was able to portray the very difficult scenes in Man of La Mancha
She was really good.
phenomenally, which
Yeah.
purely deserves that award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you watching, you may see a white band on Arlo's belly, I guess. That is a diaper. Because,
It's not a back brace.
yeah, he's okay. He pees when he gets excited. And you can tell he's very excited right now. And it's something not all golden doodles grow out of, which sucks. And so we bought him a diaper. So he's okay. He just pees a lot. Should we get to the game that we planned?
Sure.
Okay, so I found this game because I listen to many podcasts, and one of them is the Amazing Ghost Runners podcast, like we mentioned before. It's amazing. And it's called Schmores. It's basically Mount Rushmore. You pick your top 4 of a category. And so our category that we're going to do today is Disney Channel shows / just shows from your childhood.
Oh, I thought it was just Disney Channel shows. I guess I only watched Disney Channel, but
Yeah,
it was all
well,
Disney Channel shows.
did you watch Disney Channel a lot, or did you watch something else?
No, we didn't watch a lot of Disney Channel growing up because my mom was convinced that if we watched Disney Channel, we would turn out like the brats of Disney Channel. Because you know how you watch Jessie now when you're an adult, and you're kind of like, wow, that really is annoying.
Yeah.
No.
She loves Jessie.
I'm not saying anything bad against Jessie,
But yeah,
but those kids were whiny.
I had
Yes, they were, I
multiple
agree.
friends who weren't allowed to watch Jessie as a kid.
Yeah, so we primarily watched like Plex and whatever my parents were like, yeah,
The
sure.
real question is, were you allowed to watch SpongeBob?
Neither were we. My mom thought it was annoying.
Except for
Same
on,
here.
except for on occasions where we would go to our aunt's house and she would have SpongeBob.
She
That's
always
the same
had
with
it
me.
on.
Shout
Yeah.
out to my cousin Kylie. We would go to her house and she would have Disney Channel on. It was awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So the way we're going to do this is like a snake draft. So we'll do Laurel, me, Hannah, and then Hannah, me, Laurel. So you two on the ends, we'll do 2, and then it'll go back. Does that make sense?
Okay. And then just our favorite TV shows from our childhood.
Yeah. But if one of us says one of them, you can't repeat that.
Oh my gosh, I accidentally pushed record. Okay, sorry, I was recording on my phone for some
You're
reason.
fine. And then you guys in the comments, in the reviews, whatever, you're going to vote which one of us had the best list. Okay?
Do they have to be from our childhood or can they be more recent?
They can be more recent, I guess.
Okay, but they're
I'm-
still like child
Yeah.
cartoons. Okay,
They're not.
I got this in the bag.
Because I know that we like Parks and Rec and
Mhm.
Psych, but those aren't something you would watch as a kid.
Well,
Hey, I
watched
started
a
watching
lot
when I
of
was
Office
12.
as a kid.
Oh, that's funny.
No SpongeBob, but The Office.
That's funny. I dare. Okay. Laurel, you go first.
Okay, I'm gonna start off strong. This one is dedicated to my husband. The Amazing World of Gumball.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
That will forever be the best TV show to ever exist. I don't care what you say. I love Amazing World of Gumball.
Is it animated?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on Max. Nope, not anymore. It's on Disney Plus. And
So it is a Disney show. Just kidding.
it's Cartoon Network,
Oh.
but that was absorbed by Disney, I believe. I would watch little clips of it on YouTube for kids. And I remember being like, I want to watch this so bad. And then I started dating Zach. And he's like, why don't we just watch it? I'm like, wait a minute. We can just do that? We can we can do that?
I'm
And
an
ever
adult
since
now?
then, we have watched that probably 20 times over. The entire 6 seasons.
Awesome.
I love that show.
That's great. Okay. I am going to choose Shake It Up. Our first introduction to Zendaya. I don't remember who her co-star was.
It was like, her name was like Bella or something like that.
Yeah, basically they were 2 dancers and they had a like whole dance thing. And the main thing I remember from it is the song that was like, Shake It Up.
I wouldn't know what that is. to be
It only
honest.
ran like two or 3 years, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was like Zendaya's like first show.
Yeah, that's how she got started on Disney. And then from that, she went and did like a Disney movie where she got an app on her phone that she could
called Zapped.
Yeah.
I saw Zapped.
You did?
I saw Zapped.
Where her phone went down water and then she could control boys with the dog controlling app.
I don't remember all of it, but I remember her being like, wow. Wow.
So yeah, my first pick is Shake It Up. Hannah?
I'm gonna say Livin' Maddie.
I remember that one.
I didn't even think about that one. Love Livin' Maddie.
Livin' Maddie.
Oh
Honestly, when I was a kid, I thought there was two of Cameron, and I was like, how did...
Hannah, when I found out they were the same person, I cried.
Me too! Me too!
I was so devastated that they were the same person because I was like, they're sisterly bonds.
But really, it's the same person, Bond.
Really good relationship with her two different personalities.
Yeah. I remember like diving into how they filmed it and like how they got it doubled and just filmed the back of the head or whatever. So, you know, because I've explained on here, I love editing, I love film, and so that's usually what fascinates me. Liv and Maddie was really good.
Honestly, when I found out that they were the same person, I went up and I looked up how they did it. It was 10-year-old me was so surprised of how they did it. I was like, how is that possible?
I know. I remember being like, but you can't do that. They hug each other.
Yeah.
They hug each other.
Okay, second
my
pick.
turn again. Lab Rats.
I knew you were gonna pick that one.
Love lab rats. Not as much anymore. But love lab rats.
I think my favorite episode is the first one.
She's watched it so
Where
many
it's like-
times.
Where it's like
And
the little boy, I think his name is Leo, but
It's Leo.
he asks Adam, Bree, and Chase what they want to do, and somebody said, I want to go to I can't remember what Chase said, but but Bree was like, I want to go to Paris, and then Adam was like, I want to go upstairs.
I remember that one. I'll be completely honest. I had a massive crush on Chase. I thought he was so
Really?
cute. I was like,
Which one was
when he
that
got
one?
older, the smart one. When he got older, very nice.
I can see it. Honestly, Adam. or Leo. Okay.
No, I couldn't with Leo. I can't.
He's kind of annoying, but at the same time, it's like, for me, it's like
If I knew,
annoyingly cute.
for me, if I need to protect him, maybe not.
Okay, my second pick is Austin and Ally.
I've heard of that show.
You haven't seen it? It has I forgot his name again.
Ross Lynch.
Yes, Ross Lynch. He is pretty, I wouldn't say pretty big, but he has a band that is liked by a lot of people. My cousin really likes him and has actually met him and stuff like that. So
He was
But
in
yeah.
like Teen Beach Movie. And
Teen Beach Movie, that one I watched, like it was premiering the day I had my 12th birthday party, and so we watched it. And
I wasn't invited.
I think
I watched it with my friend in her bed, in my mom's bed.
yeah, and we were down in the basement. But it's funny now because we had to watch it on the TV. Like we had to plan it right as it was coming on, and now you can just go on Disney Plus and watch it.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes, and I'm just like, we're spoiled.
It reminds me, last night my younger sister, she was writing a letter, and she's like, my mom was like, do you know how to address a letter? And she's like, no. And I was like, wait, really? Like that's something I learned in 3rd grade. We had to learn that. And she's like, no, we didn't learn that. And it's just
I'm worried for our future.
It's just how things change in less than a generation.
Well, it's not just that. It's like, for me, I write in cursive. And a lot of people I've found as I have gone to public school cannot read my handwriting because they don't know how to read cursive. And I wasn't allowed to use print until I was in 7th grade. If you used print in your assignments, you got a 0. And so I remember just being so shocked when I would write in my cursive, or when a teacher specifically asked when I was in public school, please write in print. And I was just like,
Yeah.
this is shocking to me.
We were talking about this too. You didn't learn it until 5th grade?
Well, yeah, so she learned it, you said in 3rd grade, right?
Yeah, so we had like a little booklet that we had to do. Side note, 2nd grade, I started learning cursive, and my teacher straight up told me, you can't write like that yet. You're not. Like,
I learned in
whatever.
kindergarten. We didn't learn print letters.
You didn't learn print. You just learned cursive in kindergarten.
Yeah, when you did the like tracing letters assignments, it was only cursive. Print wasn't even learned, and you just knew how to write in print because you read books and things in print. So,
and my 3rd grade, like once we finished that booklet at the end of the year, we got like a little ID thing, and the teacher straight up said, you can't write in cursive unless you have this with you. It was so weird.
So when I was in 3rd grade, my whole class, I think we all struggled with like math and like all the subject. I think we were only like on a 2nd grade level for everything. And my teacher was like, you guys don't know enough of, like, we have to like start over halfway through the year from 3rd grade because we have to like reteach you all this stuff. I'm like, oh, really? So I didn't learn cursive in 3rd grade or 4th grade. I learned it in 5th grade.
yeah.
It was crazy. But
Yeah, I don't think they're even teaching it anymore.
No, well, maybe. I think they're teaching it a little bit, but not like full on like lessons about it like we had.
Yeah.
I wish they did because it's for me it's an art form.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
it is. I think the thing that I struggle with most is I struggle reading my grandma's handwriting. But that's only because it's like all together.
Yeah.
You can never tell.
Yeah, I definitely don't have crazy traditional cursive.
But it's really pretty. I really like your handwriting.
I'm looking at it right now. It's really pretty.
Yeah, I have a whiteboard. I was writing notes from a book that I was reading.
I just like I struggle so I can write cursive. I just struggle with my G's, and G's are hard.
Hey, they're kind of tricky.
Like
I learned G's very, very well in 1st grade specifically because my first best friend was named Lauren and her last name started with a G. So we were like the type of best friends who were like, we're going to live together forever and it's going to be great. And then we would like walk off holding hands and skipping. It was great. And so we would like sign each other's names on each other's homeworks and we'd pretend to be each other. And like, so I got very good at doing G's because her last name started with a G.
That's funny. Do you want me to bleep out her name?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
There's many Laurens in the world.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got on that topic.
Cursive.
Yeah, but your 2nd pick?
My 2nd pick is going to be Good Luck Charlie.
Oh, I had that on my list.
I have that on my list. Cross it off.
And I think the dad in that one was like a bad guy in Psych. So I remember watching it and I was like, where do I know him from?
What episode?
It was the one where he like kidnaps Sean and punches him in the face.
That wasn't him.
No, that wasn't him.
Am I thinking of the wrong person? Who's the dad in Good Luck Charlie? Keep talking.
Yeah, that was probably the main Disney show as a kid that I watched.
It was the Liv and Maddie dad.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
What does he look like?
Okay, I'll keep looking it up. You keep talking.
Okay. That's the main one I watched as a kid. And I think that's one of the reasons that journaling became such a big thing to me is because Teddy would always make those video recordings of, Good Luck Charlie, life lessons. Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah. And so ever since 4th grade, I have been pretty good at keeping a journal. I have around 5 completed journals. And the whole thing was that I would read them when I got into college to be able to reminisce about how much I hated this boy or the other boy. But I haven't cracked them open yet because frankly, I'm a little nervous because I left a lot of notes and secrets for myself. Like I would staple and tape in these different assignments, these different things that I had that I thought were cool. And then on the side of them, I would slip in a note to my future self. And I would do these things like knowing that one day I would be looking at this.
That's so cute though.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten myself to look at them yet. And I'm kind of mad at myself. I've stopped it because it was kind of like a scrapbooking thing. Like I even down to don't judge me.
No,
there's
I'm judging
this and it was around 4th or 5th grade. My mom started getting into gel.
Gel nails?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she got these color changing nail polishes. And I am a picker, so I picked it off, but you could still hold it in your hand and it would change color. And I thought that was so cool. So I taped it in my book and said, hey, look, if you hold onto the paper long enough and warm it up enough, it'll change color. And I know it's in that book. I just haven't cracked it open.
Your descendants are going to be like, look at what my great
Oh
grandma
my gosh, my poor descendants. Please don't lose respect for me.
They're gonna read your journals and then they'll be like, oh look, she made a podcast too.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna be like, wow, she had a lot of issues.
She liked to talk.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, your third pick.
My third pick is going to be the Goldbergs.
I don't know that one.
So that is a TV show about the family of the Goldbergs, and it's similar.
Berg or Berg?
Good.
Okay.
Like Berg.
Okay.
Burger.
Berg.
And so it's about this family of 5. The dad, it's a pretty traditional family household where the mom takes care of the kids, the household, and everything. And they call her a smother because she is a smother. And she constantly, a mother who smothers her children.
Oh, okay.
And it's really funny. And the oldest one is like, oh, she's a girl and she likes her music and stuff. And this is all based off of a real family. Adam Goldberg, the creator of the show, is at the beginning had to be like 10 years old. And he's recording things of his family with these massive old-fashioned cameras because it takes place in the 1980s. So he's recording these, and at the end of the episodes, he'll show little clips of his family and how that storyline came. Cool. And they're very cheesy of like, life lessons, I shouldn't have said that to you. I'm sorry. So it's a little cheesy, a little harder to digest as an adult for me. But it's really cute. And the dad is very much lazy, drops his pants at the door and sits in his lazy boy for all day watching TV. But then there's some moments that you can see he has a soft spot for his daughter. And then the middle child is an almost delusional boy who thinks he can do anything. And then the youngest, again, is the little nerd recorder, Adam Goldberg. But that's definitely when we used to watch as a family. Would watch one like once a week together.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to pull up my list real quick just to remind myself. Okay, I'm going to choose Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, that was on my list too.
James watched that. I didn't watch that.
Okay, they're coming out with a reboot this year, mid-2025.
They're supposed to be coming out with a reboot of The Amazing World of Gumball, and I'm serious. I'm going to tweak out if it doesn't happen. Like, seriously?
Passionate.
Yeah. But yeah, Phineas and Ferb. I mean, it's just a classic, and it's really fun to watch. And the voices are really good. The creator of the show does Doofenshmirtz, and he's still really
That's fun.
He's still really active on like Instagram, and he'll still like do the voice and stuff. And he actually created another show called Hamster and Gretel. They're superheroes.
This man has ideas.
Yeah. And in it is one of my favorite authors, I guess. I haven't read his books, but I really like his podcast, Hank Green. You might know him as one of the Crash Course guys. But he is going to be voicing one of the characters on there. So, I mean, it's a pretty cute show, so I might watch it just for that. But yeah, Phineas and Ferb, my childhood. And one of my like childhood best friends' favorite shows as a kid. So
Cute.
Paris.
Oh, hello. Hi.
The mentor.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you guys haven't said. We talked about this earlier. But Jessie.
I don't like Jessie.
I loved Jessie as a kid, and it was mainly because I liked her outfits. I thought they were so cute.
Yeah. I honestly, like, I get that they're spoiled, but, like, there's part of me that just, like, wanted to be kind of, like, independent as a kid. I guess. Like,
yeah.
And they're, like, they can, like, go into the kitchen and get a snack without asking, or go to the park without even asking. Like,
yeah, I get that.
I didn't like their parents. I don't like how Disney portrays their parents and how they're like, they don't know anything and how they don't care.
Yeah, and how it's basically like, oh, if my kid did something wrong, I'm going to blame that on Jessie. But my biggest issue with Jessie was the actress who played Jessie. I had a hard time watching her as an adult. Her acting style, is very difficult for me to watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just so cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very good for young Disney watchers.
Looking back on all of these shows that we're naming, they like, if I watch them now, 100% they're cheesy.
You do watch some
bit
of them
much.
now.
Way to throw me under the bus.
I continually watch Amazing World of Gumball. I wear it on my chest. I love it.
Okay. Fourth and final pick.
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Dang it, that was one of mine. Selena Gomez's beginning.
I've been wanting to watch that just because I want to watch something with Miss Gomez in it.
They're actually doing a reboot of that too, with the original, like
It's
her brother or
just
something
her
like
and
that.
her brother.
Yeah. Wait,
Um,
Selena's in it?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, they're paying her a lot.
Yeah. She's also getting married this year, which congratulations to her.
So
She
happy.
deserves it.
Especially everything that she went through with Justin
Yeah.
Bieber. Like, oh
And her medical conditions.
yes.
Oh dear.
I watched this video pulled up on my feed, and it was like showing me a clip of she was performing, and it was like on the screen it popped up with, little does she know, after she performed this performance, she would be diagnosed with lupus. I was like, that's so sad.
Yeah, when you have chronic illnesses, it's hard to look at things that way.
Yeah. But yeah, Wizards of Waverly Place. I don't remember much about the show. I just remember loving it.
Yeah.
Okay. My final pick. I think I'm going to do Girl Meets World.
Oh, I didn't even think about that show.
Sabrina Carpenter's starter show.
Sabrina Carpenter, I love you. She made that show good.
Yeah. And my parents would come and be like, hey, that's the guy from Boy Meets World. And so
You're like, don't ruin it.
Boy Meets World is better. I'm sorry, not
I haven't
sorry.
seen
I haven't seen
Go
it. Well, I
watch
think
it.
I've seen like one, like,
Topanga.
I think I've seen
I think it's the same
the
girl,
pilot.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. You guys really should see it. It's good.
Okay.
From what I remember.
I think
I'll
a
check
lot
it
of
out.
these shows we should just watch together.
Mhm.
Fun
Okay.
hangout.
Your fourth and final pick?
Oh dear. I think my fourth and final pick is going to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV show that I would watch.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
Oh yeah. There are a ton of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle TV shows, but this one specifically, I don't know like specifically how to identify it, but I will live and die for that one. And I love it, and I was in love with Leonardo.
Yes.
I love that man.
We have established that.
Oh, I love him.
Yes, it's great. Okay, so let's go around and each list our 4 picks that we chose. You go first.
I picked Good Luck Charlie, Amazing World Gumball,
The Goldbergs.
The Goldbergs, and the Ninja Turtle TV show.
Okay, and I chose Shake It Up, Austin and Ally, Phineas and Ferb, and oh crap, Girl Meets World. That's what it was. Okay.
Give me a second. I chose Liv and Maddie, Lab Rats, Jessie, and Wizards of Waverly Place.
Okay, so vote in the comments or in the reviews. We'd love to hear what you guys think. Did you guys have any that you can think of that don't make it into your top 4 but are still pretty good?
Yes, I can. How to Train Your Dragon, Race to the Edge. What were they on? Because it was a fantastic TV show, and I've actually been thinking about rewatching it. And also in love with Hiccup.
I was looking up shows to use for this, and I don't remember seeing it on TV, but you know the Emperor's New Groove movie?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there was a show called Emperor's New School,
What?
where Cusco
interesting.
went to like the kingdom's university and was trying to finish his degree.
In what?
I don't
Did you
know.
Get the synopsis of it.
No, I just
He
looked at
needed
the
a
description.
degree to be king. It's just like, just so you know what you're doing. Here's politics.
But he was like being thwarted by Yzma still.
Oh. Yzma.
Yeah. Okay, so some of my picks, I guess, that I wouldn't put in my top 4, I guess, were Ant Farm.
Oh, that It's one of mine too.
I don't remember her name, but it was her start.
China and McLean.
Yes, China. Her start was on there. Did you watch anything with Descendants? Because she was on there too.
I watched the first Descendants movie.
Okay, she wasn't on there.
She's on the second one.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it after what's his name died. Cameron.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't. After when he died, like it reinforced my anxiety of dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched. I can't. The fourth one. I can't. It's not it.
And then this isn't like something from our childhood per se. It's something more. We have younger sisters, and there's quite an age difference. So they were watching Disney Junior at the time when we weren't really watching a lot of it. So we just got glimpses. But Elena of Avalor was really good. I really liked it.
Yes, that was a good one. I like that one.
Ooh.
Inside voice.
I have no idea what that is.
So, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine are Casey Undercover. I've had that theme song play over and over in my
I don't
head.
remember that one. Wait,
Um,
did that one have Zendaya too?
That one
Yes.
was Zendaya. I know that one. I haven't seen a full episode though.
Bunked.
Yeah.
Bunked.
A reboot of Jessie.
Bunked.
But also, going off of your Elena of Avalor, Sophia the First.
The
I don't know what that is either.
yeah, it's like Sophia the First. It's kind of her voice wasn't the
My
greatest. It was
sister's
kind of
name is
annoying.
Sophia.
She was like, the
But
actor who played her was like 22.
Yeah, but the story was pretty good.
Yeah.
A pretty good story.
It had this, so she would, okay. I'm trying to find a way to explain it. So Sophia, her mom and her were villagers, right? Villagers.
Yeah, and then her mom fell in love with the king and they married and she became a princess, and so she's figuring out how to be a princess.
But her stepdad, the king, gives her like a little amulet. And anytime she's in, like, it gives her the ability to like talk to animals, and like whenever she's in trouble, it'll like light up, and Disney princess will come and like talk to
Yeah.
her.
And Elena of Avalor and Sophia the First actually, like, their stories intertwine. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. Inside voice. Inside voice.
I do have one more.
Okay.
That I
Yeah.
just
Sorry,
thought
I
of.
cut you off.
No, I just thought of it.
Okay.
If I can think, Gravity Falls.
I was never really into Disney XD, but those who I've talked to have said it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It took convincing for me to watch, and I watched it before, but the first time I really watched it, like to watch it, was with my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, on our honeymoon, they had a launch of a website, and we spent about 3 hours on our honeymoon deciphering a website for that TV show, and it was
Nice.
legendary.
Instead of doing glass blowing, because you couldn't.
Oh, I'm so sad about that.
Yeah. But that's awesome. So yeah, that's the game. Make sure to vote. How long have we been going? Can you see on there?
45 minutes.
Okay. Well, wrap it up in a minute, probably. I want to talk about our trip to Park City. We went there for my 20th birthday. We stayed at your grandma's condo.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, at least my personal favorite part was when we did the roller coaster and the riding down the hill.
Oh,
Yes.
the Alpine slide. We
Yeah.
love that.
And with the roller coaster thing, you get to control your speed, but not really because they want you to just go as fast as you can. But with the Alpine slide, did you guys have any problems with it?
I had a cricket fly in my face.
There
There's
has
a lot of
been-
crickets.
So there has been times when I get a bad cart because I tend to go up to Park City a bit often because I used to clean that condo for my grandma for some extra money, and I love that place so much. Like,
It's really beautiful.
I hope my Nana just doesn't sell it because it just has such a place in my heart. But that's actually where I also went on my honeymoon because we were able to stay there for free, and it was a very cheap honeymoon.
And there's a hot tub.
And there's a hot tub. We only went like once because I was too tired. I was really sick on my honeymoon.
Yeah.
But anyway, when me and Zach went up, we went on the Alpine slide, and he got stuck behind this kid, and I was just standing there waiting for him, and he's like looking at me like this, like, And I'm like, sorry, sucks to be you.
Yeah, I think we don't really like bugs. And so when we were going down,
You two don't like
Hannah took care of a couple spiders.
Oh,
and a beetle for
I
us.
almost started crying. It's a problem.
There was one time I was trying to get in the shower, and I open the shower and I see a spider, and then I look over and on the shower curtain there was a spider, and so I thought it was dead, so I was just gonna brush it onto the floor so we could sweep it up, but it crawled up my arm.
I remember hearing you scream.
And then
Yeah.
Laurel, being brave, killed it.
Yes, and then we
I was scared, and I was just like, I got this. I'm a big girl.
And then we
This
sectioned
big.
we sectioned off that bathroom and didn't use it again for the rest of the trip.
No, we did not.
No,
Um,
you get lots of bugs up in Park City.
Yeah.
Oh,
But anyway, going down the slide and having the crickets there, and you can't stop. And so you're just like, please go away, please go away, please
Getting
go away.
plummeted in the
I remember
Yeah.
wanting to smile because I was having fun, but doing this
Goodness.
because I was like, it's not getting in my mouth. It's not getting in my mouth.
Yeah. You're going to say something?
When we went on the coaster, I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, what if there's a spider? Because I was so traumatized because there were spiders that Hannah was getting. I was like, there's gonna be a spider on my thing. And I'm gonna freak out. And I look down as I sit down. There was one. There was a freaking spider, and I go, and I killed it.
I think another one of my favorite parts of that was us trying to figure out where to put our stuff. Because you can go pretty fast on it.
You're not
And-
supposed to bring any items because you'll
Yeah.
lose it forever.
Yeah, and you had a backpack and I had a phone. And basically, I've had 2 phones in my pocket. You put yours in your shirt.
I put stuff in my bra. I call
And
it
then
bay.
we hid your bag. And the phones, I figured out a way to put them under the seatbelt so no matter what, they wouldn't come out.
Yeah.
But then my seatbelt started moving as I went faster, and I started freaking out. It was scary.
I had not a care in the world because I didn't have anything on my person.
Yeah, you didn't have pockets, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I was wearing.
Wait, no, I
To be
think I
honest.
did have pockets. I just had very loose pockets.
Yeah,
I think
you
were
had
wearing.
tight pockets.
I think you had tight pockets, and that's
Yeah.
why I gave you my phone.
Anyway, it was really fun, and would definitely do it again. Yeah, I think the coaster was my favorite though. And what's funny, I'm not a screamer. If you talk to
I
my
am.
parents,
She's
we
not.
we went to SeaWorld once, and I was mad at my dad for some reason. I don't remember what it was. And so we went on one that had a couple loops and went upside down, and I just sat like this the whole time.
That's how she normally sits on a roller coaster.
And then we went on one that was
You're terrifying.
we went on one that went really high on one side, and then you would go backwards and go up the other side and go back and forth. And I was just sitting there. I can have a conversation while I'm on a roller coaster.
I'm screaming. There's recordings of me out there on one of my parents' phones of me thinking the world is ending on Colossus, and it's like,
Oh my.
it's loud, man.
Yeah, but there's a theme park where we live, and there's one that has it has a screwdriver on it. It goes upside down. It has a inverted thing, so when you're going down.
Hannibal.
Yeah, when you're going down,
It,
you go in a little bit,
in
and
a
then you
little.
go
I
out.
hate that part. It makes me feel like I'm gonna pass out.
And then I went on it with my friend, and she was screaming, and I was like, this isn't as bad as I thought it would be, just talking to her while going on
She
this
was
roller coaster.
laughing.
I went
Yeah.
I went on that with Will. The first time I went on it was with my parents. The second time I went with Will. Was the first time with Will?
I've only got on it once.
I've only gone on it once or twice. And I remember being like, you know what, I'm not going to complain. I know I came here with my brother and Will and his sister, and they like the bigger rides. So I'm at least going to go on this one, because I don't like Wicked either. Because I don't like the upside down. I don't like the corkscrews. I don't like them. I can do Colossus though.
Okay.
The-
Colossus scares me because you can, when you're not on the ride, you can see the upside down thingy, the loop, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
You can see it shaking.
It's scary. But when we went on it, I remember afterward, I was having one of my panic attacks, not mentally, but physically. And I was shaking, and Will looked at me like, I don't know what to do right now. And I was just like, just do it.
I can see Will doing that. I've seen his I don't know what to do face so many times.
Speaking of roller coasters and SeaWorld, there was one time we went to SeaWorld, there was a roller coaster called the Eel. And
appetizing.
No, I think it's the electric eel or something like that.
Is that the one that goes back and forth?
I don't remember, but the only way I would go on it is if my dad went with me.
My dad and I, we love big roller coasters, and I think we're the only ones in our family that really do.
Okay, let me finish my story real fast. The whole time I was death gripping his hand and screaming bloody murder. And my mom and my 2 younger siblings were down below the ride. Oh. And we went past, and all of a sudden they just hear me screaming, and my mom's laughing at me.
That was the one that I was mad at my dad. So I was just sitting there. And so you are screaming, and Dad's screaming because that's how he reacts on roller coasters.
He's like,
and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, hi, Mom.
But then after I graduated, high school, I was like, I want to do something fun. And so me and my friend and her family all went to the theme park that we have near us. And that was the first time I ever rode Cannibal. And after that, I was like, they were like trying to hype me up. They're like, yeah, this is going to be so fun. This is going to be so fun. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm going to die. But after I went, I was like, I want to go again. So we went again. And then after that, we went on all of the rides that went upside down. It was so fun. And I loved it.
Oh my gosh. That made me think of, so when we were little, we went to Disneyland in California. And this was before Tower of Terror became the Avengers ride. And my dad made my little brother go on Tower of Terror. And he had to be probably no older than like 7 or 8, like little kid.
Oh no.
And we have a picture of him. You know, at the top they take a picture, and we have a picture of him holding on to my dad and holding on his left a random lady's dress. And he's just
What's the face of the lady? What does her face look like?
She's too like freaked out to say it. She doesn't even realize. I know.
For that ride, are you like strapped in?
Yo, yeah.
Okay.
You're strapped in. Like it's the straight up and down. And I thought I'd never go on that ride, but when we went for the choir tour, my like junior year or something, I went on it on the Avengers ride. And I loved it so much, I went on it about 4 more times.
Nice.
And my group was like, can we do that? No, I need 1 more.
I've seen stories of people taking their kids, the same as your brother, same age range, and they tell stories of like how when you go down, their kids just fly up and they're like, no, and they put their hand on their kid.
He was big enough that I don't think that happened. But he was real young.
I think the people that I talk to have like maybe smaller kids, like.
I feel like doing that with little kids, like, then your kid wouldn't trust you.
Traumatize them.
Yeah,
that did traumatize James. He still holds it again. I'm going to text my parents really fast and see if I can get that picture, because I want it.
I'll put it in if we can get it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's our episode. Should we close it out and then we can get the picture?
Okay.
We're glad to have Hannah here.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, it was really fun getting to reminisce and play a game. Glad that Laurel allowed me to bring my gigantic dog over.
He's a kid.
He's laying down right now, finally calming down now that we are ending and he's going to go home. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We have an Instagram now. It's called Could Be a Text on Instagram. And we have, like, the link to our website is on there, so you can just click and it'll link you to our channels anywhere you want to listen. Yeah, we're great. It's really great to have you guys. We hope you continue to share it with your friends so that we can build a community, because that's really our main goal with this podcast, is to build a community.
Yeah, I also have a YouTube channel called Life vs. Laurel. I'd love it if you checked it out. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. I hadn't shouted that out before, so I thought I might throw
Yes.
it in there.
It is linked on our first episode, and I will link it in here as well.
Awesome.